Hello everybody, welcome to BD Nurse E-Corner channel. So today we are having another excited video on case discussion. So the case scenario is that we have Mr. X at the chief complaints were like loose stools for more than 10 times and vomiting for more than 6 times, and the color of the vomit was the all indigested food particles. There is no history of any sort of bleeding or any hemoptysis or emetemesis. And after a detailed physical examination and history collection, we found that the patient is said to be hypovolemic and there is high risk of fall. So yes, today we are going to see how we are going to ensure the patient safety by doing a Morse fall risk assessment. Yes, well students, are you all aware of the patient safety in preventing fall from bed or might be in an OPD or emergency room? Do you have any questions regarding that?
Yes. What is fall risk assessment?
Yeah, it is a fall risk assessment tool that predicts the likelihood that a patient will fall.
It should be done once in a day and change in patient status information related to fall risk.
What are the area of fall risk that are covered?
History of falling, ambulatory aids, IV therapy, secondary diagnosis, mental status, gait. These are the key.
Okay, my dear students, are you aware of all these parameters in detail and how we do give the scoring criteria for these?
History of falling score 0 if there is known true. Patient has fallen during this hospitalization. Patient has past history, last 3 months, then score 20.
Oh, thank you so much. That's a good answer. And are you aware of the second parameter in detail?
Yes, if the score is 0, one active medical diagnosis. If the score is less than 1 comments, then the score is 15.
Okay. The third parameter are you aware?
Yeah, ma'am. It is a
Please again discuss with the group.
Yeah, ma'am. It is a ambulatory aid. Score 0 if the patient walking in uses wheelchairs, bedridden or bedless crutches and walkers are used. Need for helpers, but they did not ask for holds furniture for support.
So if they are holding the furniture for supports but they are refusing their limitations, then they will be getting a score of 30, and if they are using the crutches and walkers, they will be using, the score will be 15. Yes, the next parameter?
IV heparin saline lac.
Yeah, very well said. So patients who are in IV heparin infusion or might be heparin lock has been administered already, then there is a high risk for fall. So those clients we can explain to them and we can also apply the universal fall risk assessment for them. Yes, the next one.
The normal gait score 0, the weak gait score 10, and the impaired gait score 20.
Thank you. So gait is nothing but the walking pattern. If you are able to see the patient coming in the OPD or emergency room by walking by himself without any disturbances or imbalance, then that is a good gait. If he is having a waddling gait or might be disturbed gait, then we give a score of 15. And if he is having very much impaired gait, then we can give a score of 30.
Mental status normal score 0, over limiting score 15.
So some patients are like, for example, they might be worked in a commando or might be a police officers or might be high rank officials where they are always physically fit and they are able to do their daily activities daily. But due to sudden trauma, they may change their physical activity, but still they will be sticking on to the physical limitations that they can do to the level. But on assessment, you can see clinically that the hemodynamics, the blood pressure is very low, or maybe the patient's pulse is low, less than 60, then we cannot allow the patient to walk because there is a risk of dizziness and patient can get a fall. Yes. Are you clear with all these? So we'll be scoring, adding all these scores together, and the scoring criteria will be from 0 to 45, and 0 to 25 is very minimal risk of fall, where we will be giving the universal fall risk precautions, and special fall risk precautions will be given for patients who are coming under the scoring of 30 or might be more than 45. So for special fall risk precautions, we will ask the patient, we will be explaining the major do's and don'ts to the patient if the patient is conscious, and if the patient is unconscious, we have to explain to the attendant. And always there must be a side rails, and we have to keep all the patient's belongings to the patient side. And if the patient is using spectacles and other provisions, that should be very close to the patient bedside. And you have to give the calling bell to the patient's hand, very close to the patient's hand wherever it is accessible. And as well, you will do two more things. That is, you will create a card on your special fall risk, a yellow card, showing that the patient is at risk for fall, as well as the patient will be having an ID tag of yellow tag or maybe a fluorescent tag to know that the patient is having high risk for fall. So this can be prevented, like even an unknown nurse maybe who is not taking care of that particular patient comes to the ward just by seeing the caution board or by the ID tag, we can screen the patient, and that way we can prevent the fall. So I think by now you are all clear of what is MORS fall risk assessment, and hope you apply for all of future patients and create a better patient safety and operation environment. Thank you.
Thank you.